We flowing right now. Importance of parenting. Goodness. Woo! I'm on my soapbox right now, like always, because I want people to do better, like me. I want to do better. Just crazy. Watch this video, and we're going to talk about family structure, family dynamics. Break it down.
We spend a lot of time really focusing on the parents, hold them accountable, have an expectation that when something goes wrong, that it's not the coach's fault, that it's their son's got to work harder, he's got to do more, he's got to earn his role. The expectations with effort, the focus on winning and we over me. Have they played on 7 different travel teams? Have they transferred to 4 or 5 different high schools? When you talk to the parents in the recruiting process, are they constantly complaining about the coaches after a bad game? Sending you a text or you having a conversation, where their son has got to do more, he's got to play harder, he's got to work on his skills. They tell on themselves, they drop hints. The wrong type of kind of people in that inner circle around your players, they'll sink your program.
I make them uncomfortable. It's our job to make them uncomfortable. Your parents don't want you to grow up like they grew up, so they try to foster getting them in a position of always being comfortable. And I'm just like, nah, here's how you correct some of the things. Here's how you become a little more efficient. Here's how you add pro habits to your life every day. Here's how you deal with, having a bad week. It's part of your journey to become great.
Say it. They both said a word right there. What do they always say? There are no bad students, just bad teachers, right? There's no bad students, just bad teachers. These kids are a reflection of what their parents are telling them, showing them, and what they've been through, right? So when you recruit a kid, you're really recruiting the programming from those parents. And that program ain't done running. They're still coding that kid. Now, why is this so important? And I see it already. I see it from my journey. I see it also on the kids that I'm coaching right now, who knows how they'll turn out. And I also see it from those between me in terms of generations. And that parenting is so important because you are going to get knocked down in the pursuit of excellence. Dawn Staley just said that. She said you got to add pro habits to your life all the time on the daily because you need to learn how to get back up. We are told that to make it to the top, it's a talent conversation. How talented are you? How good are you? It's not how good you are. It's how well you play. When you learn that, you all of a sudden realize it's more than just my tangibles. It's my intangibles. And parents, good ones, focus in on both the intangibles as well. They highlight that, right? Make your bed. Not, oh, it's okay, you got to go to practice, running late, don't make it. Okay? They make you take care of yourself. And when you struggle, there is a consequence. Okay? The struggle comes with consequence. You learn from that consequence, I don't like this. So therefore you pick yourself back up so you can do better. Hopefully don't struggle as much. Or there goes those consequences again, right? Parents let you go through that cycle, good ones. The bad ones, and sometimes even with good intention, will all of a sudden see something bad in you. You're a complaining little kid, and they be like, it's okay. I understand. The ref did make a bad call. Woo. You may be saying that like he really did. But you have now coded this kid to look out the window, not in the mirror. Yeah, the ref made a bad call, but you also had some bad plays. When I'm talking to my kids, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm saying I know the way. I say you got to play through the refs. What does that mean, Daddy? That means he ain't going to be on your side sometimes, and he ain't going to be on your side sometimes. You got to play through it. You can't be playing for the refs. You can't be complaining to the refs. You can't worry about the refs. The refs, you play through it. That's just one example. How about when you lose a game and you're allowing your kid to be the moper, like beyond. First thing I say is, did you play your hardest? Yeah. Did you play your best? Yeah. Did we win? No. Why are you so sad? Because I wanted to win. I said, nah. You don't win because you want to win, because guess what? They want to win too. You remember that? We used to all start off with the prayer before the games. And I used to always think, I was talking to God, I'm like, God, they praying too, ain't they? He's like, yeah. I was like, so who prayer are you listening to? He's like, y'all show me. You tell me, right? Through your actions. I was like, both teams want to win, little man. You ain't going to win them all. But if you give your best, that takes care of the rest. Right now, I need you to dry those tears and make sure next time you're practicing, next time you're performing, you're giving your best. That's all you got to do. But it's weird. We get caught up in these like detours. Oh, I got to act like I'm so sad. Oh, I'm really that sad. Oh, man, it's not my fault we lost. It's not our fault we lost. They did something. They cheated. Coach over there did something. Refs cheated. The refs helped them. You ever see that? That kid detouring, y'all. And y'all may be saying it ain't that bad. Somebody else is still doing steady Eddie. That's why it's bad. Tell that kid to just keep responding. Ain't no scoreboard when you 9 years old, 11 years old, going to UConn. That ain't is that the goal? It's on the way to the goal. It's another micro goal. Is that the end game for you? If that's not your goal, why are you getting off? Why are you detouring? Parents allow it. Parents encourage it. Some parents, I'm not talking to the bad parent crowd. You know why? Because they just bad. I want them to change, but dog, the bad parent crowd, they feeding on their own. They eating their own, they bad. I'm talking to the parents that are trying to do good, and some of that is hurting their kids. For this segment, we'll get to the bad parent crowd another time when that topic's for them. This is importance of parenting and support. You're trying to make sure your son's going to UConn, your daughter's going to South Carolina. They doing good on the field, right? But it's not how good they are, it's how well they play. Not only sports, but how they play the game of life. So I thought this was really interesting because, look, when you're trying to make it to the fullest, you got to get all of the things around you to help fuel you, right? And some of those things you got to make lemonade out of. And that includes, unfortunately, sometimes your support system, your parents. You can't let your parents, oh, remember Ja Morant and his dad? Remember that? Remember his dad was stepping in it with Ja? The dad was out there banging with him, like whatever. Like, that's what we're talking about. Like, we got to make sure that even in support is still good support. Not well-intended support, but bad for you. So tell me what you think. Tell me some stories of some bad parents out there, man. Some love. All right, coming up next on Never Shut Up, hydration situation. Y'all know what it is. We about to funk up some comments, hit you with a Wileyism, and get up out of here. Next on Never Shut Up on Brings TV and Reach TV. I need to hydrate right now.